My name is Richard Corder. I am passionate about improving service and safety in healthcare. I'm convinced that the answers to much of what ails our increasingly expensive, variable, unpredictable, and often unsafe delivery of healthcare is not overcomplicated. It's practiced by many other successful industries and is guided by personally accountable leaders. Prior to being called to healthcare, I worked in the hotel business for the Four Seasons hotels. Here are 5 things that hospitals I've been blessed to work for could learn from the hotels where I've trained. 5 leadership choices. First, establish clear standards, expectations, rules, and roles. Hotels have clear written standards for every aspect of their operations. Standard recipes accompanied by photographs of the finished meal, to clear expectations around who is responsible for what, where, when, and how. Standards ensure that a consistent experience is afforded to everyone. Expectations are clearly communicated amongst staff, roles are well defined, policies and procedures are written down and signed off on. Hospitals can standardize practice, develop clinical evidence-based guidelines, and eliminate variation by following proven data-driven pathways. Checklists can eliminate the reliance on human memory. Behavior standards, safety rules, and agreed upon means for dealing with conflict can be adopted by healthcare leaders. 2. Hire for fit and move low performers out. The world is full of hotel and hospitality professionals that possess the necessary technical skills. Hospitality firms, though committed to excellence, do not hire people that are simply technically capable. They hire, retain, and promote the candidate whose personality fits their own. Candidates who possess a high emotional intelligence, combined with the technical know-how, or can be trained for the technical skills. Hotels use a combination of peer-to-peer and behavioral interview techniques to find just the right people. Culture eats strategy for lunch. People are our culture, so hiring right and a refusal to tolerate substandard or non-compliant behavior and a commitment to developing high performers are practices of the world's best organizations. Hospitals that adopt such hiring techniques can distance themselves from the belief that a technically competent specialist with little empathy and a bad temper must, for some reason, be tolerated. 3. Orient every new employee to your organization's culture. Hotels welcome and introduce their most valuable resources, their people, to their cultures. Everyone, regardless of role, title, years in the business, everyone spends time learning about what makes a particular hotel unique, what the standards are, what the behavior expectations are. In healthcare, every new employee, every new doctor, nurse, technician, manager must be onboarded, oriented, and introduced to the way we do business here. It's too easy to find excuses and reasons that this takes too much time, or is a waste of resources, or somehow doesn't make a difference. This is where we reinforce culture. There's no better use of our time. 4. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Prior to every shift, before every meal service, communication meetings are led by leaders reviewing all important elements of the upcoming operational period. These meetings are completed standing up, rapidly, and provide everyone an opportunity to contribute. There's also an opportunity to reflect on what has gone well and what has not, and how we can improve. We're learning from our errors and mistakes. The content of these meetings is cascaded by role when appropriate. A manager returns and conveys the same information to the shift lead, which in turn will communicate with the front line. Hospitals have begun to embrace safety briefings and huddles as a way to communicate. By using standardized formats to convey critical information makes the sharing between the front lines and management that much easier, ultimately keeping our patients safe. 5. Inspect what you expect. Expectations are tested by inspecting against them. A new special on the menu? Taste it, and have those that are selling it taste it too. Hotel executives round on operations. They visit and find out whether their staff have the resources they need to be safe, successful, and prepared. They use these opportunities to celebrate successes and coach if there's an area for improvement. Hospital leaders can do the same. Get out of the office, get out of the meeting rooms, and become familiar with the front line of operations. Be present in your environment. Stand in the lobby. How does it look? How does it smell and sound? This is the first impression. Does it match the healing environment that you're striving to create? Embrace this greeting as an expectation of you and your healthcare team. Once a week, for an hour or two, stand in your lobby and greet. Welcome your patients. Take them to their appointments. Ask them how they're doing and remind yourself why you serve as a leader in healthcare. Healthcare reform, better informed patients, and little to no change in our safety record demand that we borrow lessons and business models conceived and implemented by others. The belief that in healthcare we can continue working, thinking, and learning the way that we always have and expect different outcomes is not only insane, but it's unsustainable. 5 choices. What's yours?